Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Hope I'm coming in loud and clear, ladies and gentlemen. It's the last game of the ACC two-night ACC tournament, ACC Championship. Those Duke Blue Devils versus the Virginia Cavaliers. What's up, Michael Smitty? What's going on? Yes, sir. Last game of the ACC season right here. Next time we'll see any of the ACC teams in action will be in the NCAA tournament. Pretty sure, got our fingers crossed, but everybody basically knows our Tar Heels will not be there. But still going to be a good thing to watch. You know, at these times I always go. I watch it and I go for the ACC teams, you know, see just to see who can stay in it the longest, and hopefully we'll have one to get all the way to the end. You know, last year the ACC was noted as being one of the weakest conferences, and you know our beloved Tar Heels made it all the way to the final. But that's here to come. Right now we got Duke and Virginia now. Me being a Carolina fan, I'm a diehard Carolina fan, but some people are so diehard that they can't even watch Duke play. You know, I could watch them play because I like good basketball. And let's just call a spade. Duke, even though Coach K's gone, these guys are still being taught well. They're still playing good basketball. I mean, they just are. They're coming together at the end like they should with all the freshmen they have. Man, that's the other thing that I looked at. I looked at the recruiting that Duke has been doing and still doing. And them guys, they got like what is it? 4 of the top 20 players, recruits have already declared they're going to go to Duke. And I think Carolina's got one, number 19, the point guard. That's it. The following year, Carolina has, I think, maybe 2, and they've offered some to some of the guys that would be in the top 20. But Duke, in the following year, 24, they've got at least 3 in the top 20. So I don't know. Guys aren't wanting to come to Carolina like they used to. Back in the day, this was a big ticket, you know. You go to Carolina first, then you think about going to the other teams. And Carolina had their way with like, hey, well, you know, son, you got this, but we need this. But now it's like, hey, we need to get some guys, man. You know? And it's just not Duke. You got Kentucky, all these schools getting these guys, man, and that's gonna be the one thing that helps. You got to get some recruits. Think about it, and then we'll move on. And then I'll move on from here, running my mouth. Think about it. Think about the number of top recruits that Carolina has had in the last 3 years. And when I say top recruits, I mean like the ones like Duke has with Proctor and Filipowski that have come into the ACC and started. You know, right off the bat, started. How many guys have we had to come in the last 3 years and start? Nobody. You know, the 3 years ago it was Caleb and Davis. That was it. To come in and start. That was it. You know what I'm saying? Duke got guys that are coming in 1 year and then taking off. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I hate to keep talking about Duke, man, but it's boy, it drives me crazy that they're getting more top recruits than we are, and that's the big difference. That is the big difference. You know what I'm saying? That's the big difference. So what's going to happen to us next year? How are we going to fare next year? Yeah, we got that one kid, and I think if he's top, yeah, he's a 5-star. He's a 5-star recruit, but that's the only one we got. You know, maybe the transport portal will send us somebody, but I mean, who do we got? Who are we going to go to scoring? You know what I'm saying? And I've already did my spiel on Love. If Love comes back, you know what we're going to do. We're going to run the same old plays, but get it to Love. Love's freshman campaign, you know, his main weapon is shooting 3-pointers. I think it was like 21%. Then last year he moved up to like around 32%, if I'm not mistaken. And then this year, 28. Now you got to take into account last year that he played more games, and he went through that spurt where he was shooting lights out. So, I mean, he has a chance to come back. He could look at it, like I said, this year and say, hey, you know, I can't base how I'm going to get drafted, if I get drafted, on what I did this year. I got to come back and do more. RJ Davis, I'm not sure. RJ Davis had a really good year this year, but is he going to be one of those 4-year guys? Is he going to come back? You know what I'm saying? Baycott gone. Pete Nance gone. Now all those guys that was on the bench got to get playing time. You got to play Tyler Nichols. You got to play Washington. You know, you got to play those guys that only got a little bit of playing time this year. So I don't know, man. I'm sort of weary about what we're going to do last year. But am I going to jump ship? Heck no. It doesn't matter if Carolina never wins another game in life. I'm still going to wear my Carolina blue. I'm still going to be a Carolina Tar Heel. So let's go. What's up, FP2 Benchmarks? What's going on? Love can't leave after that year he just had. Hey, I wouldn't think so. But like I said, if he does, I'm not going to cry over spilled milk at all. All right. If you look at it right here, the matchup predictors got it just about even. They're giving a little bit of an edge to Duke, 52.7%, and Virginia, 47%. Well, here we go. Like I said, I can't. I like to watch Duke play because they're good. They play very well. I just like good basketball. But I have another connection to Virginia. That is my birthplace. Virginia is my birthplace. So how could I go against those guys? You know what I'm saying? Roach scores first. But man, I don't know. You got two different types of offenses. Duke's a smart offense. Will slow it down if they need to. We automatically know Virginia, monotonous, gonna slow it down and run their plays, and it's been working for them. Seven seconds to shoot for Virginia. Beekman finds Gardner under the basket. Kihei's gonna have to shoot it. Gets rid of it, but doesn't hit anything. Lively. Oh my gosh, you had it right there, Bud. What are you doing? Lively. Lively said, you know what? I don't know if that's a clear shot. Let me go back out. Let me come back and do the same thing again. Finally put it in there. Shot that over Cafaro. Franklin. Bank shot. Misses that one. Duke 4 points to 0. Proctor brings it down, slows it down, comes off the screen, picks up his dribble, gets it to Filipowski. Roach back to Filipowski. 14 seconds on the shot clock. They find Lively. Now they reset Proctor. Then has two guys on a crossover dribble. Pulls up. Mitchell with the rebound, gets it back to Roach, and Roach says, hey, let's run it again, baby. That's just smart basketball. I know somebody that would have got that ball and shot it right there. Filipowski loses it. But I guess it was deflected out of bounds. Still going to be Duke ball. 17 minutes and 36 seconds. 6 people in the house. What's going on? Coach Gary here. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's go. ACC Championship. ACC Championship. I'm trying to get 20 likes tonight. Let's go. Click that button, baby. Mitchell with the shot. Misses everything. Rebound Gardner. Gets it to Clark. Clark says, hey, guys. Hey, you know what we do. Let's slow it up. Walk it up the court. It's 4-0. That's all it is. Clark, wide open 3. It's off. It's kicked out. Franklin gets it over to Beekman. Beekman tries to get Gardner coming down the middle. Not there. Roach, step through. Layup is good. Duke, 6-0. Clark said, no big deal. We're just going to walk it up the court. I'm going to get it to my boy Beekman. Now we find Franklin. Franklin's going to get up before it's all over tonight. He finds Beekman. Beekman bounce passes. Oh, nice little screen over there to get Franklin open. And with a 3-point basket, Franklin, yes. Virginia cuts it in half, just like that. They're not worried. Proctor falls. And Beekman all over him. But Proctor calls a timeout. All right. Here we go with the timeout. 16:24. I don't know if they're going to go anywhere. Probably going to stay right here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Love leaves on that season, this season or not. Like you probably got to expect somebody to be in his ear and say, "Hey, son, look at what you did this year. Look at what you did last year. Look at how your team ended this year, even in your tournament. I know you want to go pro. Yes, you're taking a chance about health or whatever. But with this results from this year, who knows? You may not even get drafted. You know what I'm saying? It's a real possibility. There's a bunch of guys out there that could go before Love. And I'm sure Love is expecting, even when he came out of high school, he's expecting to go in the first round. So, all right, it's gonna be one of those nights. All right, guys, for those who haven't hung out with me before, you know what I'm saying? I do a little bit of play-by-play. Sorry I can't show the game. If I could, definitely I would. But one thing is I manually put in these scores. And so since I don't have my streaming deck yet, it can be a little bit slow, but I always try to keep the scores right here with my graphics. So if my score, the Duke and the Virginia logo, is not right, then it should be right on the screen there. And I got my little scrolling screen going across there because I'm trying to keep a check on my Hornets, who are trailing Utah right now, but 16 points. Oh yeah, I know. We know that the Hornets aren't going anywhere in postseason, but still like to see these guys get a win. And our big dog, our young bull, LaMelo Ball, is out for the season with a fractured ankle. So, gotta do with what we can do. Hey guys, make sure you hit that like button. Like I said, hey, I look at this like I'm trying to get points just like the players. All right. So tonight I'm trying to get 20 likes. Just hit that like button. I appreciate it. Help me out with this algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Let's see if I got my subscribe alert on. It should be wide open. All right, we're back. 6-3 Duke in the lead. Filipowski shoots the outside shot. He's short. Franklin shoots an outside shot. The three-pointer is short. Rebound, Filipowski. Proctor back to Filipowski. Now to Roach. Roach comes off the screen, headed to the middle of the court. Filipowski sets the screen. Roach picks up his dribble, gets it to Mitchell. Now Proctor with the ball. 13 seconds to shoot. Lively dribbling at the top. Bad handoff. Lively on the floor. Finds Filipowski, who is able to maneuver it in. Duke goes up 8-3. 27 seconds left in the first 5 minutes. Beekman with the ball finds Franklin, who has the only points for the Cavaliers. He finds Beekman at the free throw line. Clark finds Gardner. Gardner hasn't taken a shot yet. Now he will. Misses. Caffaro cannot get the rebound. Proctor comes out of there with it. Duke had the numbers, had to pull it out. Mitchell skip pass over to Roach. Roach. Here's Coach Shire call out the play. Screen set by Lively. Lively gets it at the free throw line. He's bumped off his mark by Caffaro. Back to Proctor. Proctor picks up his dribble. Virginia playing good defense right now. Filipowski gets to the basket, misses. And Beekman comes down on the left side, gets in the lane, loses the ball. Caffaro fights for the rebound, and it's getting a little chippy. Filipowski says, what? Hey, you say something? You say something? Good basketball being played right now, I feel. Next dead ball, guys, I'll change the score. Virginia with the ball right now. This is Beekman, finds Clark. Clark throws it up. Cafaro can't catch it. It's either Cafaro or Cafaro cannot catch it. Roach tries to split the double team. He's fouled by Clark. Yo, thank you guys for being here. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Try to get 20 likes tonight. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you. Proctor gets the ball to, I think this is Whitehead. Whitehead out on the court right now. Mitchell for Whitehead. Whitehead throws a pass. It is stolen by Beekman, and Beekman layup is good. Nearly missed that one. 8-5. Beekman is a little bit gimpy coming up. Roach with it. Roach scoop shot, no good. But I think a foul is going to be called. Come on, Beekman. They're passing that ball like Carolina does sometimes. Yeah, I'm talking junk about my team. I always do. But once we start doing good again, I'll be talking good again. I'll be talking good again. All right, we've got a new player in the game. Not quite sure who it is. All right, Virginia walks up. Number 11. That's McKinley. They got to get McKinley some shots. He's a sharpshooter. He's that type of guy that Carolina needs to get. Gardner turns around. He misses, pushes that one. It's almost a shot put. And Virginia better watch Grandison, who just came to the game. He wants to go get in his corner. Because when he gets it, if he has any... Oh, nice pass, high-low. Try to get that down to the big man. Filipowski for 3. It's good. Dude with great ball movement right there. 11-5 is the score. 12 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first half. Gardner gets it over here to McKinley. Franklin finds Gardner. Gardner hasn't scored yet. Fall away is no good. Can't find the basket. And that ball is out on Virginia. Is going to be Duke ball. Dunn comes in for Virginia. Takes out Gardner. ACC Tournament Championship right here in Greensboro, North Carolina. Roach comes off the screen. Gets it over to Whitehead. Whitehead turns down the screen from Filipowski. Spin move. He shoots it at the free throw line. Misses. Rebound. Dunn just got in there. And he hands it to Beekman. Virginia needs a score right here. Franklin pulls up at the free throw line. He's fouled on the play. Now, even though Virginia has not scored the ball well, they are still not even close to being out of this game. It is 5-11. Duke only leading by 6. So Duke is not able to score at will. But, it brings up another thing about my team that we're going to have to learn to do next year. And that is, if you're not scoring, you still got to play defense. You still have to play defense. And that's one thing I've said 100 times with North Carolina. If our offense is not flowing, we don't play defense hard. If we're scoring, we're playing defense. If we're not scoring, we're not playing defense hard. And somehow coaches got to get it in their heads that, guys, if you're not scoring, you got to play defense even harder. Those defensive plays can turn into transitional baskets. What was that, 4 games ago? I cannot remember who we played. It might have been Pitt. It might have been Notre Dame, but right out of half, RJ Davis came out playing defense right at half court, stole a couple of balls, and that right there just got our offense flowing. And Carolina was able to win one of the few games that we won this year. All right. So, first time we had a chance to do this, let's check out the box scores. Come on, Hornets, hang in there. Fourth quarter, 89-109. They've been down as much as 17, I think. All right, let's take a look. All right, Mitchell for Duke has not scored yet. Mitchell, Whitehead, Young, Proctor, Grandison. None of these guys have scored yet. Filipowski has 5, 2 rebounds. Lively has 2 points. And Roach has scored 4 for the Duke Blue Devils. For Virginia, the only scorers we have are Beekman with 2 and Franklin with 3. And those are guys who usually do the scoring for Virginia. Everybody else plays a role. And if you get scores out of them, that's just a plus. Not a lot of scoring going on right now for either team. And while we have a little time, we might as well go ahead and look at the stats right here. Field goal percentage. Wow, Virginia only shooting 20%. Duke, 45.5%. Both teams have hit the exact same amount from a three-point line. They've both taken 3. Nobody's been to the free throw line. Rebounds. Duke has a very, very slight edge by 1. There's your assists, your steals, your blocks, your turnovers. Virginia has 2 to Duke's 1. And that's how the story goes so far in the Greensboro Coliseum. Man, it's packed in there. I've seen so many missed free throws today that is crazy. I looked at the North Carolina high school athletic association championships today, and some teams just miss so many free throws that and to lose by the small margin they did, it shows you how important free throws are. Young doesn't know what to do with it, ends up throwing it away. You're right, FP2. Benchmarks, they can't. It's like, and when guys are recruited these days, I'm like pretty sure that they just recruit guys on athletic ability. You know, it's not a big concern with can you hit free throws. even though they are highly important. Like when I've coached basketball, that's one of the things I continue to tell my players, even though I play in a good gracious, what work down there, Young. Like in my area, the guys, because of demographics, the guys are the girls, no other girls, really play basketball. But up the street, but up the road, like 6 miles, they play all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I tried my best to have little programs and summer off season workouts, but I just can't get them to come. But one of the things I tell the guys is, like, even if we don't, if we're not prolific scorers, whenever we get a free shot, you got to hit those. And we spend time going over free throws because it's free shots. I don't know how many games I could think about missing 10 or 15 free throws and you end up losing by 9. People don't take them seriously. It's just like, okay, if I miss a free throw, no big deal. That's just a free shot I threw away. No big deal. We'll get it back. Not even just in high school or in college, even in the pros, they can't shoot free throws prolifically like you think they should. Now, back in my day, in the old days, that was one of the things you did. You had everybody step up and hit free throws. All right, Duke taking their time. 8 seconds to shoot. Roach picks up his dribble. Grandison finds Filipowski, who's going to have to do something with it. Shoots a 3. Hits nothing. Both teams playing pretty darn good defense. That's just smart basketball, man. Like, anytime they could go off offensively. So just keep playing defense until our shots start falling, until we figure this out. Franklin finds Clark. I like that little play to get these guys open. Screen off the ball, and the pass is in front of the screen, so they know exactly where the guy's going. Roach gets Filipowski. He looked at a 3. Big man moving his feet to get to the basket. And a goaltend is called. Duke number 4, Virginia number 2. And number 4 right now is leading number 2, Virginia. Leading by 8. Beekman puts his head down. Virginia cannot find the bottom of the basket. 8 minutes, 53 seconds. They didn't miss them last night when they took care of Carolina. Another big freshman spins, goes to the basket, misses it. Vanderplas on the bench wishing he could be out there. Clark tries to go with his left hand. Didn't have enough strength to put it up there, but Virginia reclaims the rebound. They find Clark. Clark passes it over to Beekman for 3. He can't get it. Cafaro finds Gardner, who finally rattles it in. And he's like, it's about daggone time. 15-9 is the score. Tar Heel K, what's going on? 1969, what's up? Bailey, North Carolina. Bailey NC, Southern Nash, let's go, Firebirds. Lively finds Mitchell. Mitchell finds Lively. Hey, I like that. Like, Lively passed the ball and went straight to the block. Didn't stand out there, wanting to get the ball back at 3-point land. right, now both teams getting a little bit of offensive action right there. McNeely comes off the little short screen, hits the two-pointer. It's 17-11. Mitchell finds Roach. Lively sets the screen. Roach shoots a little short jumper, holding off his man from behind. Here comes Clark. Finds McNeely, back to Clark. I love that play. Clark misses, and Gardner is called for the offensive foul. Yeah, I'd like to see that too, Coach. All right, we got another timeout. 9 people in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. That is a nice play Virginia runs. Kind of hard to defend. All right, let's change the score. Let's get this score right here, guys. Duke just doing enough to be ahead in this game offensively. Both teams doing a good job defensively, though. Virginia's found one play that is working well, at least allows them to get some shots off. But they're not hitting them. They're not hitting them like they want to hit them right now. All right, so this score is 17-11. Thank you guys for being here. Make sure you hit the like button, and let's just have a quick look at the box scores. Nobody should be in any great foul trouble. Only 2 fouls for Duke, Filipowski and Whitehead. Filipowski with 7 points. Lively has 4. Roach has 4. And off the bench, Young has 2 points. For Virginia, nobody's in foul trouble. Gardner, Clark, and Shedrick, I like to say that, Shedrick, all have 1. Gardner scored 2 points. Beekman 4. Franklin has 3. And off the bench, McNeely has 2 points. Virginia definitely needs to get him rolling. All right, 5 likes, not too bad. But I got to get 15 more. Let's go, 15 more. Trying to go for 20 likes tonight. I know I got to get a few more people in here, but you know, it'll happen. Beautiful day today, kind of cool, and supposed to be even cooler tomorrow. What's up with this weather? Hey, this is North Carolina weather. We got a timeout right now. North Carolina weather. You never know what's going to happen from day to day, because we've had some nice warm weather here, and tomorrow's supposed to only get up to like 49 or something like that, with 100% chance of participation. 100% chance of precipitation. So I've heard one newscaster say we might even get some snow. I've only seen a dusting of snow. It wasn't even a dusting of snow. I've seen it snow one time, like some small flakes about 2 months ago, and that's it. So, dang, State, Clemson, and Pitt on the bubble. Didn't know that, thought they were automatically in there. All right, we're back. Duke leading Virginia by 6. Grandison on the court. They get it back to Roach. 10 seconds to shoot. Lively finds Mitchell. Mitchell stays in the air, floats in the air, can't get anything. Virginia gets the ball, and Murray is giving that outlet. And he slows it down. McNeely handling the ball at the top. Beekman gets that ball back up to McKinley. Beekman gets to the free throw line, picks up his dribble, gets it to Shedrick. And Cedric can't hit the bottom of the basket. In other words, he can't score. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in this one. 47 seconds left. And Duke will have won the third portion, the third quarter of the first half. And that ball is knocked out of bounds, goes to Virginia. See, one of my blue wrenchers in here always talks about the game in quarters. You know, you got 20 minutes, so every five a minute sections, like you try to win the game in those 4 or 5 minute areas. Game management. Murray finds Beekman. Duke playing a great defensive game. Gardner has to shoot. Still can't hit one. Yeah, 1 for 7 from beyond the arc, but I'd like to see what their overall shooting number is, not just the percentage, because they are just not hitting. And Duke, not far behind them, not shooting a great ball either. Roach with the ball. Coach Shire calls the play. Filipowski gets it, swings it over to Whitehead. Whitehead pulls up and hits it. Whitehead is a shooter. Whitehead's a shooter. 19 to 11. Virginia's due for a score right now. McNeely gets it to Shedrick. Back to Beekman. And the ball is thrown out of bounds. Not a great pass. Too high by Beekman, and Virginia just seems to be out of it offensively right now. Not out of it, but things are just not going smoothly for Virginia. And they're still only down by 8. 4 minutes and 13 seconds. I think it's going to be a 3-point game. Duke in the lead before right at halftime. Proctor picks up his dribble, finds Filipowski. Filipowski to Lively. Lively passes it back to Lively, swings it over to Roach. They find Filipowski on the block. He skip passes it over to Proctor for 3. Proctor misses it. Rebound, Virginia. Clark brings it down slowly. He gets it over to the right to Shedrick. Back to Franklin, who just came in the game with Clark. Clark goes to the basket. It's stolen by Grandison. He's off to the races, step through, and it's fouled on the play. He is an excellent corner 3-point shooter. All right, so we got another timeout. Just a few minutes left before halftime. I'm pulling for Virginia. I can't pull for Duke. I understand that, Tar Heel, okay? Same here. I got to find connections, though. And my connection, other than Duke being Duke, my connection is I was born in Virginia. That's where I was born. I can't really call it my hometown because I don't know a whole lot about it. I know I was born on the military base there. The first of 8 children. So my dad was in the Army for 20 years, so that's where I was born, in Virginia. And we promptly moved, I think maybe the following year, maybe 2 years after that, because that's when my 2 twin brothers were born. But they were born in Washington, D.C. So that's my connection. That's another reason for me not to cheer for Duke. All right, my Charlotte Hornets that got defeated tonight. He 119-111. Sort of expected that, but good gracious, it was I forgot this guy's name. He played like lights out for uh for the Jazz. It was a guy that the Jazz got in a trade. He was playing at in LA. I didn't even know the guy could ball like that. All right, so we're in a timeout mode right now, ladies and gentlemen. Coach, how many likes you got? Dang, still at 5. We're working on it. We are working on it. We're looking to get an influx of views in here about halfway through the second half. Parker Curry, what's going on? Parker Curry came in late. I don't know if it was it last night, the last stream? But he's in early today. What's going on, Parker? All right, guys. Hey, I thank you guys for joining me, hanging out with me. This is all I do right here. Check out the games. I can't play the game live because of YouTube copyright regulations. So that's why I'm doing play-by-play, trying to get like Tom Grossi, y'all. Trying to get like Tom Grossi, trying to get like Rocha Entertainment. There's a couple of guys, man, trying to get like oh my gosh, what's his name? CJ Sports Network. He's probably on right now doing NBA. That dude is nice. Oh, and Lewis Sports Network. He does a great job too. Valhalla Sports, even though Valhalla's doing a lot of gaming content right now. All right, 20-11. Virginia needs a score. Oh, ball is deflected. Steal by Duke. Filipowski out in the open field. On the open court, it's blocked by Shedrick. Clark gets it up the court to Beekman. Beekman finds Franklin. That's Gardner, excuse me. And Duke recovers on defense. Another steal. And Grandison is fouled on his way to the basket. Nobody in the bonus yet. Good defense there by Whitehead. Grandison couldn't get a hold of that ball cleanly. He probably would have dumped it back over to Whitehead. 2 minutes and 44 seconds left before halftime. Duke leading 20-11. 9-point lead. Virginia just cannot find the basket. I think Clark should shoot a little bit more. Get you at least 2 more attempts at the basket to see if you can hit some. Because Franklin and Beekman, the usual suspects, have not been able to put the ball in the basket. Whitehead shoots. Filipowski with the rebound. Puts it back and it's good. Duke extending the lead. I said it was going to be, I felt like it was going to be a 3-point game with Duke in the lead right at halftime, but looks like I'm going to be wrong this time. Even though there's 2 minutes to change my mind again. Beekman turns down the 3-point basket. Finally gets a lane to the basket. 2-point basket is good. 13-22. Virginia in the man-to-man. Proctor finds Roach on the right-hand side. Grandison set a screen. Roach said, hey, I don't need it. Filipowski hands it to Whitehead over in the corner. They try to get it. Filipowski is stolen. Clark coming out the field of the court. He's on the logo. Finds Beekman. Beekman back to Clark. Clark doesn't shoot it. Now a floater is no good, but he's shooting. And if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be the first free throw for either team. 22-13, 1 minute, 20 seconds left before halftime. I see your comments down there, Tar Heel K. I mean, I got you. I feel it. I feel you. It's kind of hard to pull for him. It's hard to pull for him knowing the visceral hate that program has for North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? And I am sort of, oh my gosh. Howard makes it. Texas Southern makes it. And nobody's been to the line all game, but now we got two people who went to the line in the last 15 seconds. Filipowski will be going to the line this time. Oh yeah, I mean I understand. Like you can't cheer for Duke. Like it's real hard, man. For me, they got to get real deep into the tournament, and you know, like if they got into the finals, playing for the championship, I would still hate it in the back of my mind that they're there and they're playing, especially if they win. But I wouldn't cheer for anybody like Kansas. You know, I have no connection to them whatsoever. And yeah, Jake Paul and his brother Logan, I feel you on those guys. But yeah, they started it when they were young, man, and they have a great following. Pretty decent content too. Gardner with the ball. The hook shot is no good, but he's fouled. I think that was Filipowski. So right here at the end of the half, got a little action going on there. Two teams trying to score. People getting sent to the free throw line finally. Gardner, I think that is his third point, hits the first free throw. 38.2 seconds left on the clock, so Duke will definitely bring this down and take all 30 seconds off the clock before they shoot, unless, oh my gosh, come on. Gardner with a terrible free throw shot. 16-24 is the score. Duke in the lead. All right, at 10 seconds, they start their momentum toward the basket. Roach hung up. That's 5 seconds. That is a 5-second call. And coach says, hey, forget about it. Let's play some defense. Let's go. Get up on them. Let's go. We don't, shot clock is off. We don't need to let them get a score and get momentum going into halftime. All right, with 9 seconds left, Beekman is fouled early. They had a foul to give. That was Duke. Now 6.4 seconds. Still Virginia not in the bonus yet. And Tony Bennett calls a timeout. Wow. It's got to be their lowest output of the season right here.
Strong like a
Tom squeeze.
You'll say, oh, when I make your long squeeze. Was that good? No. It was incredible.
Really bad.
Really bad.
All right, guys, stay tuned for halftime. We'll go over the stats, take a little break, and we'll be back for the conclusion of tonight's championship, ACC. And then right after this game, will it be right after this game? Well, they'll start thinking about who's going to make this NCAA tournament, I guess. All right, 6.4 seconds to go. Virginia with the ball. They get it into Gardner. Gardner to the basket. It is blocked. And Franklin gets the rebound, and he's fouled on the play. I guess they say whatever works. He did. Lively blocked it with both hands.
Yeah, I know Tony Bennett was talking about tightening up their post-draft.
1.8 seconds on the clock. Still enough time for Duke to get it in and take a shot. But Virginia is at the free throw line. Should be at the free throw line. Actually, yeah, he was shooting. And this will be Franklin at the line. Franklin hits the first free throw.
And that's part of the issue. Anytime you play against a great defensive team, and both of these are great defensive teams, your offense has to step up your defense. And you turn the ball over. And you cannot guard a run. You've set several limits in this game.
He misses. Misses the second. Well, these teams are just missing free throws. We'll take a look at those stats here in just a second. And the score is actually 24-17. It's low scoring for both teams, actually. All right, let's look at the box scores real quickly. For Duke, Filipowski with 11 points. He's leading all scorers. Lively has 4, Roach has 4, and off the bench, Duke has 5 points. Whitehead and Young both have 2, and Grandison has 1. For Virginia, Gardner has 3 points. Beekman, leading scorer for them with 6. Franklin has 4. Clark has 2 points, and off the bench, McKinley has 2 points. They only have 2 points off the bench, and that is the scoring right there for both teams. Now, team stats. This has been getting more interesting to me every time I take a look at it during games. Virginia shooting 27.3% from the floor. Duke shooting 40.9, a few percentage points lower than they were when I first checked it. Neither team shooting the 3 ball very well. Duke has shot 6. They're 1 of 6, and Virginia is 1 of 7. Both teams very low percentage. Duke 16.7 and Virginia 14.3. But for the most part, I mean, all year Duke has been a decent 3-point shooting team, but they don't hang their hats on the 3-point basket, I don't think. Free throws. Duke 83%, 5 of 6. Virginia 4 of 8, 50%. Just think. Now, I know a lot of people will say, well, you're not going to hit every free throws. Well, why not? They're free shots. You've been shooting them all your life. You know, every guy on that court right there basically has been playing since rec ball, since they were like 5 or 6 years old. They've shot free throws. Why? How come you can't hit all your free throws? If anything, If anything, both teams' free throw shooting should be like Duke's, 5 or 6, maybe 1, maybe you miss 1. All right, but that's 4 points for Virginia. That's 21 points. And 21 points shooting the ball at 27.3%. They are 6 of 11 from the field. Excuse me, 6 of 22 from the field. Rebounding, both teams just about the same. Duke has 16, Virginia 15. There's your assists. Duke has a few more assists. I always say you can tell the teams that are doing decent on offense by looking at their assists because they're moving that ball and they're using everybody. Steals, blocks, turnovers. Both teams have turned the ball over just a little bit. Duke 6 turnovers and Virginia 7 turnovers. These are chances you just don't even get these are possessions you don't even get a shot at your basket. If you turn the ball over, you're not shooting the ball at your basket at all. All right, Duke's largest lead has been 11. Virginia hasn't led this game since the beginning. They've never led in this game. All right, with that said, got a few scores at the top there. You guys can take a look at it. I don't see any I'm really interested in. No biggie to me. All right, but we will be back in a few minutes. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you're not hit that like button, hit the like button for me. I appreciate it, guys. And you can subscribe to the channel. No big deal. You know, if you would like to, just hit that subscribe button. There's your score, 24-17. To me, it doesn't feel like Virginia is going to be able to come out of that slump. It doesn't, but again, I don't watch Virginia every time they play, so it could happen. I know Franklin and Beekman are their main scorers. So if these guys are not scoring, then Virginia's not going to win. And they've got to score. They both have to score. All right? They both have to score. I think, if I remember correctly, I think, is it Beekman? Beekman with the, no, it's not Beekman. Yeah. No, it's neither one of them. Who is, yeah. My bad. Beekman has 6 points. So Franklin's got to come around, and they've got to get a little bit of production from Gardner and a little bit from Clark. Not a whole lot. Clark is the creator, but definitely Gardner. Gardner needs to score at least 8 to 10 points. And Franklin and Beekman have got to get in double figures, 15 plus apiece, before Virginia's going to win this. All right, so we got another Let's Go Duke in the comments. Depending on what happens here, if Duke wins, I gotta call my homeboy Bali in Spring Hope, North Carolina. He and his brother George, and I gotta congratulate those guys for for their team winning, because they're Duke Blue Devils. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a little break, and I will be right back. Come and hang out with me. Franklin for three, and Franklin hits the three. 6-point lead by the Dukies.
Aiden Shepard starts the second half for Virginia instead of Francisco Cavaliers. This gives some more athleticism.
So it is Cafaro. Roach splits the double team, scoops it up. And there's going to be a foul call, probably on, not sure, might be on Lively.
Right down into the end, Armon Franklin didn't panic and buried it. On a short clock situation, a great pass by Reese Beekman through two defenders.
Last 20 minutes, baby. Last 18 minutes and 30 seconds of the ACC season right here at the Greensboro Coliseum. Clark stepped through, gives it to Cedric, and it's out of bounds on Virginia. A little too much passing going on there. Little too much unselfishness going on there. 18:09 left on the clock. What's going on, everybody? 4 people in the chat. What's up? What's up? What's good? Coach Gary in the place to be. Watching the ACC Championship win, Greensboro, NC. Roach for three. It bounces in. The shooters roll. And Duke keeps a stiff arm on the Cavaliers. Clehey Clark, or Hihei. What's his name? Is it Kihei Clark? I gotta look that up.
Watch Lively after he exits this screen. Slipped out of it. Clark has to stop him on the
Panda P as a UNC fan, he can't pull for the Duke Blue Devils either. That's how it is. That is how it is. Hey, that's our tradition. That's how we were raised. You know what I'm saying? That's how we were raised. It's hard to cheer for these guys. I don't care what position they are in. And when I say position, I mean like in the NCAA tournament. Like you want to see whoever Duke is playing get beat. It's just in the back of your mind. Even if they're the last ACC team, it's like just something about it. Especially if you're a Carolina fan. Something about it, about them. And you're just going to say to yourself, you know, okay, they're from the ACC. And it'll be good if they win for the ACC. But it's Duke, so if they lose, I'm not gonna be upset. All right, Duke scores again. Clark to the basket. Tries to kick that out. Clark, you got to shoot, baby. We need you to score, baby.
In the lane, making things tough for the Duke. Take a look at Jeremy Roach here. They run 3 across with Cal Phillips.
Look at that play.
He comes off that double, catches it, gets a little.
Look at the play. Come on, bro. Come on now. Plays are just nice. Beekman with the ball. Gets to the elbow, kicks it back out to Franklin. Franklin with Filipowski on him. He turns it down, gives it to Clark, and it's a turnover. Filipowski with his long arms. Oh, and Roach can't handle it. Out of bounds. He was going to throw it back up to Filipowski. Definitely going to give that back to Filipowski for a highlight. Yep, a lot of UNC fans in here. Oh, come on, Cedric. Got to finish that. Cedric with a dime given to him. Oh, and it's stolen back. Dime given to him by Clark. Virginia just can't put the ball in the basket. Cedric missed the dunk after getting that dime pass to him by Clark. A steal by, I think that was Beekman. He gives it up to Clark. Clark can't finish. Now he's trying to shoot over Filipowski. So Proctor with the step back. Missed it. Gardner with the rebound. Man, Virginia's just hanging on, but they just can't score. Beekman. He shoots a short jumper. It rattles out. 31-22. And in 26 seconds, Duke will have won the first 5 minutes of the second half. Young gets that ball over to Roach. Proctor is fouled on the play. And we have another stoppage of play. Not stoppage of play, but a timeout. It's going to be a media timeout. Duke slightly feeling it, but I tell you what, it is not over yet. If Virginia could just figure out how to get the ball in the basket a few times, just a few times, they could close this score. Duke playing pretty good, though. Duke playing pretty good, and the longer that they wait, the longer they have to wait before Virginia figures it out. Duke's going to just continue to build confidence, and the last team you want to play with confidence is Duke, because once they get confident, it's just about everything starts clicking. Everything starts clicking. All right, thank you guys for being here. Thank you all for hanging out. Make sure you hit that like button. I've gone up a little bit. I looked at it a few seconds ago, and I had 7 likes. So we're trying to get all the way to 20, even though 20 people hadn't been through here yet. That's okay. I still got my fingers crossed. That's what I'm going for. 20 likes on the broadcast tonight. Let's just take a look at the team stats. All right, Duke moved up a little bit. They were shooting 40 at halftime. Now it's 42. I don't think Virginia has moved up at all. Maybe they've dropped a little bit. 26.9 from the field. Neither team is shooting. Is even using the 3-point shot that well or that much. And that could be because the other teams are playing the 3-point line or area very well. Both teams are 2 of 8 for 25%. Free throws, Duke 83%. They're just a little bit off of my magic number for shooting free throws in a game, which should be 85%. But Duke's only missed 1, and they've only been to the line 6 times. Virginia 6 of 10, still left 4 out there. Nothing's changed since halftime. 60% rebounding. Duke pulling away a little more. 17-20. There's your assists. Duke now has 7 and 8 steals. Turnovers about the same margin. Virginia has 1 more than Duke, but now it's 8-9. And Duke still, the largest lead has been 11. Once again, like I said, Virginia just can't hit their shots. They're not scoring the ball well. But then they're not getting blown out either. So if they could figure it out, this could be an even better game. This is a low-scoring game right now. Looks like it's going to be around mid-50s, maybe even 60. Duke. Filipowski 2 fouls. Lively has 3. And what about Virginia? Nobody really in foul trouble.
Didn't really know that much about the ACC in his college days, but he came down here. He was playing for the Charlotte Hornets, and a buddy of his took him to the 1995 ACC tournament. And he said,
Proctor hits his free throws.
With my girlfriend at the time, who is now his wife, we were sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, this is different." that kind of neck of the woods, and I just knew this passion for this tournament and this part of the country is as great as it's ever been.
Nice little play out of the free throw. They get the ball to Cedric. Cedric, is that Cedric?
Under the bucket. 1995 here in Greensboro, that's when the great Randolph Childers just went off and had an unbelievable
Yeah, Cedric.
In 1995, there was no Big Ten tournament yet, so we lived in Big Ten country. Tony Bennett came down here when he was living and playing in Charlotte, and I'm sure like you did.
Gardner gets the ball to Franklin. Left-hand layup. I'm telling you. Virginia just can't put the ball in the basket. Has a left-hand layup missed by Franklin.
Especially back then when he was 18, but everybody played on Friday. The Friday ticket to the ACC tournament was the toughest ticket in the South.
Roach for three. Roach hits a three. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, like, if Virginia don't figure it out and Duke ever gets confident, I mean, not overconfident, but gets that momentum, it's going to be really hard for Virginia. They are playing great defense. Cedric gets the rebound. Bigman says, hey, let's reset. Coach calls the play. Cedric can't hang on to the ball. And one! Ball comes off the backboard into Cedric's hands. He scores, and he's fouled on the play. Something going good for Virginia. 36-24. And Cedric rolls it over the front of the rim for 25 points for the Cavaliers. 13:55 left in this game.
That's an opportunity now for Virginia.
Lively and Filipowski out of the game, so Duke is going to be, basically with their small lineup. Young in there, though. Trying to run the high-low play, didn't work. Whitehead, that is Mitchell. Now to Roach. 10 seconds left. He gives it to Young. Young goes to the basket. And he's called for the offensive foul. It's kind of weak, ref. A little bit weak. A little bit soft right there, ref. Let's see it live speed. Okay, I got you. Look, if he doesn't bring that arm up, that forearm, it's probably not called. 13:24 on the clock. Beekman goes to his right. Doesn't want to get rid of the ball. Now he kicks it to Cedric. Franklin takes the baseline and finds Gardner under the basket for the slam dunk. And Duke says, hey, let's call a timeout. Let's slow this thing down a little bit. We can't let these guys get any type of momentum. Virginia gets back to within 9. Man, that's got to feel like just coming off of a headache right there. When your head gets clear, it's not hurting anymore. Just to go to the basket and find a guy open so you can just slam it through. You get some kind of continuity going in your, or some kind of output in your offense. All right, so the actual score is, let's go with 36, Coach. $36-27. Yeah, anybody know who won the high school 4A championship? in basketball. I actually only looked at the 1A. Did a little stream on the 1A championship game because the high school, like right down the road from the Eastern Randolph, played Wilson Tech, and Wilson Tech, as Tar Heel K probably knows, Wilson Tech is just right up the road, probably like 13 miles from Bailey, North Carolina. Probably not even that far. So where I live now is just right up the road from Eastern Randolph. And those guys went over there. They didn't win it, but they played very well. I actually know some of the kids and their parents. They played very well. They just couldn't, again, missed a whole bunch of free throws. And played a little bit. I think it just seemed like they played nervous, like they couldn't get their legs, as the commentator said, still had their sea legs. Seems like the whole game. And playing in that grand atmosphere in Reynolds Coliseum, North Carolina State's venue, and it may take a while to get over. It looks like everything's bigger. Yeah, everything outside the court is bigger. Everything on the court is the same. And then you're playing the top seed from the West, I think it is, or the East. I don't know. I think Eastern maybe from the East. Huh? What do you think? So anyway, Virginia Prep. I keep wanting to call it Virginia Tech because there's a school called, Wilson Tech. There's a school called Wilson Tech down in Wilson, little college. But Wilson Prep was able to stick it out. But I tell you what, those boys, they just run and gun. They were shooting up threes up by 6 in the fourth quarter with like 2 minutes. And I'm not talking about like move the ball around threes. I'm talking about beat a press and get the ball beyond the 3-point line and still jacking up threes. They were actually keeping giving Eastern Randolph chances to stay in the game. I never seen nothing like it, and none of them were hitting free throws. But anyway, we're back. All right, Duke with the ball. This is Roach calling for the screen. Screen set on the right. Roach goes around it. Floater is blocked by Franklin. And, of course, Virginia walks it up the court. Coach has, I think that was McNeely. Walk it up. Skip pass over to Cedric. Actually, that's done. I'm sorry. Bullet pass to Cedric. Can't finish it. Tell you, Virginia just can't put the ball in the basket. But, boy, my team did a lot of that this year at times. Just cannot finish it. That's at least 3 plays I've seen like that Virginia can't finish. Ooh, can I see that? Must have got him on the wrist. Franklin, that is Lively, had a dunk there. And it got blocked, but a foul was called. Let's see. Ooh. That was close. Looked like he got ball first and then arm. Another timeout. All right, well, we got a timeout. Let's look at the box scores again. For Duke, Mitchell surprisingly has not scored yet. Filipowski with 13 points. Lively has 4. Proctor now with 2 points. Roach has 12. And off the bench, exactly the way it was the last time. The bench has scored 5 points for Duke, That's Whitehead, Young with both 2, and Grandison with 1. Virginia, Gardner has 5 points. Beekman has 6. Franklin has 7. Clark has 2. And now the bench has scored 7 points. That's Cedric with 5 and McKinley with 2. But it's just not going to be enough if Beekman and Franklin can't get in double. They've got to get in double figures. I'm talking 15 points. They have got to figure out some way to score, or at least one guy. They've got to get one guy off. Duke has done their homework, their scouting report, just like they always do. They're not going to let McKinley beat them from outside. He's their sharpshooter. Franklin and Beekman, they've done a great job holding these guys. And Gardner can't put in his usual like around 8 to 10 points. He's got 5 though. And there's been a few what we call bunny shots that have been missed by Virginia's team. They just can't put the ball in the basket on a consistent basis. Of 50 seconds left in this game, ladies and gentlemen. 9-point lead by the Duke Blue Devils. And this is the second half. Even though the score doesn't really say that, it is the second half. Both teams playing darn good defense. Darn good defense. Boy, if my Tar Heels could play defense like this, they would have won at least 5 more games this year. At least 5. Lively misses the free throw. And Lively misses both. Hey, nobody wants to hit free throws today. All right, Clark. Says, hey, let's run a play. Beekman dribbling. He's fouled outside by Whitehead.
Whitehead is second, the 6th on the team. So that's one of the send the Hoos to the line.
11 minutes and 32 seconds left in this game. Last 2 teams standing in the ACC.
Usually when you play against Virginia, it's not a high volume free throw game.
Beekman kicks it out. They get it all the way back up top again. They tried it, didn't work. Now with 6 seconds on the clock, Clark splits the double team. Layup is no good. Cedric can't hang on to it.
Still has not made a field goal in this game. He's 0 for 7 from the floor. Clark, when he drives, you want to make him finish. And especially because of big size and length around the rim. Make him finish.
And now Virginia picks up full court. Gets full court man.
He's such a good passer. He can spray it.
Roach comes across the timeline. He's on the ACC tournament logo. Looking for a pass. Finally gets it to Whitehead. All on the right side. Now Whitehead slight double team. Finds Lively under the basket. Lively misses the bunny shot, but rebound Mitchell can't do it. Lively comes in, kicks it back to Roach. And with 17 seconds on the clock, Roach says, hey, let's run a play, babe. Let's run a play. Run the play, runs the time off the clock. Gets it to Filipowski. Filipowski dribbles left and shoots a long 3 off. Rebound Franklin. Once again, good defense by Virginia, but can they score? Beekman tries to get it down to Cedric, and those passes are just not there. Any other team, he'd probably be able to get it there, but Duke is just playing great defense. Just like Virginia playing good defense. Rose gets it lively. They swing it over the Whitehead. Mitchell might have traveled. It wasn't called. Whitehead pulls a long three off the front of the rim. Rebounds Shedrick. 9 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. Ken Clark and the Cavaliers get a bucket. They really need one. Franklin kicks it for three. Franklin misses it. Lively and Filipowski come out of there with the rebound, and they hand it to Roach. Duke usually doesn't go down and have like 3 empty possessions, so they'll probably score right here, and they do. Nice play call. Screen set down low. Ball gets down to Filipowski. Reverse layup is good. And it looks like a foul's call. Look at this. Nice play, coach. Nice play call, coach. Man, I don't care. I don't care who talk junk about me. If I was coaches, either I design different plays. Hey, look, we're going to run 10 different plays. Now, we're going to have our offense. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have our offense, but we might have 10 different plays that I'm going to hit them with in the game. And if I get them from other coaches, so what? Hey, look, every defense that's played, like there's no coach that's out there right now that came up with those defenses. The zone, the 2-3-1. No, college don't run the 1-3-1, but the matchup zones, these plays that run, a lot of these plays are running. You've seen them. You've seen other teams run them. None of these coaches out there came up with these plays. They learned them from a coach that coached them. So heck yeah, I'd be taking people's plays. It's all about winning. It's all about winning. Basketball is basketball. Sure, it's like the NBA, it's like the NFL where everybody runs a spread offense. That's the trend. Everybody gets the trend. Everybody does it. Oh, back door for Duke. They miss it. Rebound Cedric Clark. And if Clark was a scorer, they get it to McNeely. He's walled off. Franklin almost stripped. Gets it to McNeely for a three. And McNeely hits a three. Whatever they got to do, they got to do. Get that ball in McNeely's hand. Let him stroke it a couple of times. 38-32 is the score. And I think Franklin is going to be called for a foul. I thought it was good foot movement right there. Look at these plays. That is a set play right there, baby. That's a set play right there. Those high screens. Pass the ball away from the screen on the opposite side. Grandison with the ball back out there getting playing time. They fired Filipowski. Might have been pushed. Skip pass for Proctor. And Proctor gets the three right back. 41-32 is the score. 7 minutes and 55 seconds left in the ACC Tournament Championship game. Franklin step back three. Way off. But Dunn gets the rebound. And my bad, I may be calling Dunn Shedrick a couple of times. Still by Filipowski. He will float in for the dunk. And now the momentum is setting in. And this might as well be the Carmichael. Not the Carmichael, my bad. Woo.
There's the low cross screen and the pass. Double team. The two-handed pass cross court under the basket to the freshman Tyrese Proctor.
I meant to say Camden Indoor Stadium. Cameron Indoor Stadium. No, it's not decided, but I'll tell you what, these guys, They have a long way to go, man. And I'm talking about Virginia, a long way to go to catch Duke, especially when they're not hitting shots. They're just not scoring shots. It's tough. All right, it's 43-32. All right, there we go. Now we're right. Once again, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the score not being updated exactly. Exactly and on time, but I'm working on it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. This thing will be over here shortly. 7 minutes and 30 seconds to be exact. Well, not even to be exact, but 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Let's see if we can catch this bad boy here. And a new ACC tournament champion will be crowned. So thank you all for watching and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's see how many. 8 people for hitting the like button. All right. Definitely was trying to get 20 likes, but don't look like I'm going to get it tonight. Hey, that's okay. But then again, who knows? Who knows? I've had streams where, heck, 40 more people will come in late, and we'll end up with 20 some likes. So thank you guys for the ones who are here at this moment.
Looking on with pride, I'm sure. John still looks like he is a young man. He's 35 years old, but he looks younger than that.
Heck, his dad looks young.
Now here he is with his team.
All right, McNeely. His foul on the play, steps up and hits free throw. Cuts the lead to 10.
Championship game, looking at a very nice seed in the NCAA tournament.
He hits both of his free throws.
The kid Academy, but he was coaching 15, 16-year-olds. So he had to take time out for a Pedialyte break. Right. Yeah. So his players could call them brokers. Did you coach against him? Were you coach in that league? I did. I probably have the worst record in that because I was afraid some of my players would die. 9-point lead.
All right, Duke gets it in. Proctor. Roach with the ball. Filipowski at the top. They find Mitchell. I don't think Mitchell scored today yet. Filipowski backs his man down. A series of moves and lays it off the glass with his left hand. 45-34 is the score. Clark comes down. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Franklin, kicks it back to Clark. Clark kicks it. Beekman gets it back down to Cedric. Cedric Can't do it. Beekman should have just went ahead and shot that. I understand trying to get it to Shedrick, but he can't do anything against Lively. Excuse me. That would have been against Filipowski. Filipowski pulls a three and hits the air. 6 minutes, 12 seconds. He was feeling it. He was feeling it.
Gets on the high side just a bit. And then he drop steps to the basket. Just beautiful footwork by the 7-foot freshman. What a difference.
All right, time is against Virginia right now. 34 points in the whole game. Dunn finally puts one in. I thought that was going to roll back out. And guys, if I'm calling Dunn Shedrick, I am please forgive me, Virginia fans. That is Dunn out there right now, not Shedrick. Filipowski assisting in the pass to Roach. Roach now has it with Clark on him. They get it back to Filipowski. He's being guarded by Dunn. Loses it. Clark is fouled on the play.
They got the second foul there, and that probably was better for keeping Clark. He got fouled earlier, just didn't get called. But this way, he shoots 2 free throws.
Virginia in the bonus.
Taking the ball out of bounds. There's more action coming your way next. The Pac-12 Championship. Top seed UCLA, 2 seed Arizona, 10:30 Eastern time tonight. Pac-12 Championship presented by New York Light right here on ESPN, and also available on the ESPN.
Clark steps up and hits an important free throw just like he did last night.
There's still plenty of time.
5:30 left on the clock. In 30 seconds, Duke will have 1 quarter of the second half to play and win, and they will walk out of here once again ACC champions. Proctor. He's on the tournament logo, goes to his left, splits the double team. Layup is blocked. Lead pass out to Beekman. Beekman skip passes to Clark for a 3. It's off. Oh, that would have been a big shot. Roach loses it momentarily. Roach splits the double team. Floater. He's fouled on the play. In the act of shooting, will be going to the line. That was done, I think, with the foul.
Even though you're trying to take away that right hand, to limit those right hand drives, he's still able to get to it.
Filipowski and Lively both have 3 fouls for the Duke Blue Devils. Beekman with 2. Not sure how many Dunn has. I don't want to go to that statistic right now. But Roach hits both of them. Both of the free throws he has. Cavaliers taking their time. This is what they do anyway. Not rushing it. Baseline, kicked it. Gardner. Lively might have got a piece of that. Filipowski comes out, swings that ball over to Roach. Screen set. Back to Lively. Now Lively sets the screen. Roach picks up his dribble. Filipowski fakes the 3, gets to the elbow, misses it. Clark comes out of there with it. Skip pass. It's saved. And somehow Dunn gets that ball to Gardner, and Gardner puts it in the basket. It is a 7-point lead right now. 3 minutes, 47 seconds. Proctor brings the ball across the timeline. He's taking his time, and he calls a timeout. And it's just about done, ladies and gentlemen. Shane Lackey in the house. What's up, Shane Lackey? Roll Tide coach Duke is just too strong for. Yeah, it looks like it, man. Hey, they are strong, and they're playing good ball. But as you can see, Virginia can't. They can't score. Now it's Duke is playing great defense on them. They're playing defense on them. But some of those shots, they're just not falling. They're just not falling. And let's take a look here and see what Franklin and Beekman have done. Heck, every time they play Carolina, Franklin and Beekman go off. All right, Filipowski, 19. Filipowski and Rhodes. See, that's what you do. Those two guys right there. You know, that's who you look for to score. And Proctor also, but you know, with Proctor's not doing it, you got to expect one of these guys to score. And that is one thing that made us so frustrated about Carolina with R.J. Davis, Love, and Baycott. You would expect it doesn't matter if one of these guys are off. If one of these guys are off, the other two is going to score, right? And a lot of times that didn't happen. So Whitehead, Lively, and Filipowski all have 3 fouls, but it's only 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in the game, so so more likely they're good. For Virginia, Beekman has 8, Franklin has 7. These guys have not gotten into double figures. In fact, there is no one on Virginia's team that's in double figures yet. Now, I may be making a mistake to do this, but I'm just curious now. Maybe I can go back later on. I can go back when I need to. Live. No, they're not going to show it to me. Wait a minute, maybe this is it. That can't be it.
McNeely off the screen, got a stick.
Yeah, that's it. All right, I'm just looking at the box scores. For Virginia, yeah. Look, Beekman 15, Franklin 14, and then Gardner has 17 on us. Roach with the fadeaway. Yeah, that was nasty. And McNeely trying to keep his boys in contact.
That's what he's in there to do. Virginia bringing full court pressure.
Virginia with 43.
I think McNeely, the freshman from West Virginia, just gets a little wide pin down, and Derek Lively, the second, didn't get out to put a hand down. And Jeremy Roach going to his left. Watch Beekman, Clark almost got that ball when he was bringing it up to shoot it. It's a strong move by Jeremy Roach. Roach averages 13.
Roach The elder statesman says, I got you, boys. I'm going to put you on my back. Clark can't hang. He can't handle me. Especially when there's a screen set up top. Clark doing all he can. And then Roach hits the free throw for the old-fashioned three-point play. And so Duke gets it right back. McKinley. There's that play. McKinley for three. Rims out. Rebound, Duke. 2 minutes and 16 seconds on the clock. Duke sensing it. Walks it up the court. We're going to use every bit of the 16 seconds that's on the clock. Filipowski finds Roach. They're going to set the screen and say, do your job, buddy. Clark with a steal. And Beekman finishes. Tony Bennett calls a timeout with 1 minute and 48 seconds on the clock. 45-52 is the score. Hey guys, I'm putting in the score here, and I want to check out we'll check out the comments here in just a second. 52-45. Yeah, like I said, I thought this game would be like mid 50s, maybe get into the 60s. Terry Brandon, go hometown bull swag. All right. All right, Virginia. Put that full court press on. Just waiting for somebody to start dribbling with their head down, and they were going to jump on with that double team, but it never happened. Duke's seen it so many times before. They know what to do. Woo! What a crossover by Roach. Roach throws it up. Nothing called. Clark outlets it up the field, up the court. Kicks it. Almost turns it over. Clark gets to the basket. Left-hand layup. It's good. 5-point game with 1 minute and 4 seconds on the clock. Tony Bennett says, hey. We got to do the press, baby. Got to get in that press. Same thing. Quick foul on the play. That's one of those defenses where you're going for the steal, but if you don't get it, go ahead and foul them. It's under 1 minute on the clock. 52-47.
Thursday against Pittsburgh, he rolled his ankle in the first half, and we've seen 5 or 6 of those from various players and various teams in this tournament. You never quite know how serious it is in the moment, but he came back in that game, got some rest in the second half because Duke had such a big lead.
55.9 seconds left in this game. 47. Duke in the lead. Filipowski misses, and ref, you're not going to call a foul on that? Wow. He got pushed. He got pushed out of bounds. So you're not going to call a foul on that? That's what Dunn was waiting for. But if they didn't call it, can they call it now? He didn't call a foul, so what? It's obviously it went out on Dunn. I don't know. It might have hit. Yeah, it might have hit Lively though. Thought it was gonna be a foul. Ooh. Might have missed him though. Might have missed him. I think I'd have called that bump, man. You bumped him out of bounds. 52.1 seconds on the clock. 52-47 is the score. Duke in the lead. So it is going to be Duke's ball. No foul was called. Well, I know that's your mother right there beside you on the right. They all got the same face. Let's go, Duke. Let's go, Virginia. 52.4 seconds left in this ACC Championship game. All the school logo banners hanging up around the court. The last two, number 4 Duke and number 2 Virginia. Like Shane Lackey says, right now Duke is just too strong for Virginia. Let's see if it continues to be like that. Looks like another foul. Going to send Filipowski to the line. Virginia, you've got to box out. Just let fundamental basketball box out. So if he misses this free throw, you can at least have a chance. $52-47. Don't know exactly what's going on right now. All right, Filipowski at the line. He hits the first one. It's a big one. Moves that lead to 53. And he misses the second. Virginia brings it up the court. They don't usually shoot fast, but this time a layup by Beekman. I don't think coach has a timeout, so he's going to save it. 53-49. Mitchell, referee now counting. Get it in the field. He gets into Filipowski. Roach ahead. Smalley turns down the three-point play or even attacking the basket because he knows they're going to have to foul. Man, I swear. Roach looks like this guy used to coach named AJ. What is AJ's last name? I cannot remember AJ's last name. He doesn't look a lot like AJ looks now because AJ grew up, but when AJ was a middle schooler and played at North Asheboro, he looked just like it. Looked just like AJ. It looked just like AJ did with the little baby face. All right. 54-49, 39.1 seconds on the clock. Roach hits both of them. And a look of dejection on Virginia's sideline. Beekman kicks it. McNeely step back three. And Virginia fouls one more time. And they feel it. The Dukies feel it. Good job, Duke. I can't hate on you guys. I mean, I can hate on you guys, but, you know, hey. Won another ACC championship, square and fair, or fair and square.
Really, it started in the game at Virginia. The game came down to a controversial call at the end. But I think the patience of the Duke coaching staff, led by John Shire, and the mature approach to let this team develop and keep everybody in it has really been one of the most impressive things of the season. Franklin. And as we said last night, their seed may not reflect their current level because they did struggle some mid-season. Like say they're a 4, I don't know if this is the 4 you want to get when you're a 1. Who knows how it turns out, but every team wants to be ascending into the NCAA tournament.
He is definitely right. Duke is playing their best basketball at this point in the season. With a load of freshmen on the team, boy. A load of freshmen. That's what I was saying at the earlier this game. Like, how many times in the last 3 years has Carolina recruited guys good enough to just come straight off the bench as freshmen and start playing? Wow. No point in fouling. Duke, the Duke Blue Devils win this one going away. By 10, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. All right, all the Dukies watching me are on the stream with me now, are stopping by. Thank you, guys. Well, congratulations, number one. Congratulations for you guys. I think they said it's your 22nd ACC championship. The Duke Blue Devils playing great basketball at this time. Right before they go into the ACC tournament, Virginia feeling kind of very dejected, but still, their season is not over with. They can let this loss brew and go into the NCAA tournament and see what they can do. I know it hurts them though because they were number one, right? No, they're number 2. Miami was number 1, number 2, and they get beat by number 4, and a load of freshmen. A load of freshmen just take it to you, man. Like you got to be like, come on, bro. Come on now. We're going to let these freshmen come out here and do it to us? You ain't going to give it to us like this. But you know what? Everybody in the ACC has tasted Duke and those freshmen and what Coach Shire has done with them. So you know what? Hats off to Duke. They won it fair and square. Now it's time for them to move on to the NCAA. But so is Virginia moving on to the NCAA. And then we'll see who else will get into it. And look at these brackets, boy. But I tell you, good game tonight for all you guys for everyone who hung out tonight and watched the game with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate those who hit that like button even better. And if you subscribe to the channel, well, big love to you. Big love to you. All right, so I'm going to go over the stats and the scores real quickly, and then I'm going to get out of here. And I'll see you guys next time. You are all welcome. And if you hang out with us long enough, you'll get one of those blue wrenches. You're one of my moderators. You know what I'm saying? Keep this channel on the up and up. Keep all these people, these foul talking people, and people that just want to come on, and the trolls. Keep the trolls out of here. That's what my blue wrench team does. All right, so great game. Especially by the Duke Blue Devils. They are your ACC champions. Once again. For the 22nd time, I think it is. For the 22nd time. Here are your box scores. And I guess you didn't, if you didn't watch the game, I guess you don't even have to guess who was the lead. Oh, this surprised me. Who was the leading scorer or leading scorers for Duke? Filipowski with 20, and the elder statesman, the granddaddy of the bunch, Roach, pours in 23 points. Mitchell had 2. Lively had 4. He also had 4 rebounds, and he had 2 blocks. Proctor had 5 points. Didn't do his normal scoring today, but everything else took advantage of it. And off the bench, the Duke Blue Devils had every bit of 5 points, as Whitehead and Young both had 2, and Grandison had 1. For the Virginia Cavaliers, they could not get their offense jump-started today. A lot of that was because of the defense behind the Duke Blue Devils. But as you can see, Duke only scored 59 points. So Virginia played darn good defense also. Gardner, 7 points. Beekman had 12. Franklin had 7, and Clark had 6. Like, Beekman actually had double figures, but Franklin could not get there. Like I said, if both of these guys have 15 plus, it's kind of hard to beat Duke. To beat Virginia. And off the bench, Shedrick, 5 points, had his hands on a lot of basketballs, but just could not control and put them in the basket. Dunn had 2 points. Off the bench, McKinley had 10, actually to keep Virginia connected to Duke, but it wasn't good enough. And Duke comes out the winner. Here's your team stats. Duke ended up shooting 42.2, and right there for Virginia, 33.3. They just could not hit shots today. They were 16 of 48. 16 of 48, where Duke was 19 of 45. 3-point shooting. Both teams shot a few from the three-point line. Now, Virginia probably wouldn't have shot as many as they did, but near the end of the game, with seconds left, or a minute left, minute and a half left, they were down. They had to do something, so they probably shot about 4 or 5 more than they usually shot. And you can tell because a lot of those shots didn't even come close. Free throws. Both teams shot in the 70s. Duke, 17 of 22. Virginia, 13 of 17. After they missed 4 shots at the beginning of the game, there were 4 free throws in the first half. They didn't miss any more, but 76%, when you need every point, just not going to get it. Rebounding, Duke edged out Virginia by 3. There's your assist. Duke had 11. Turnovers. Both teams turned the ball over pretty much about the same. Duke had 11. Virginia had 12. There's your fouls, and the largest lead by Duke was 14. Every time Virginia would make a little run, Duke was able to extend their lead, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'm Coach Gary, G-Daddy Media. It's been a nice ACC season. I will be streaming and doing a few play-by-plays for some of the teams in the NCAA tournament. And most of the teams I'm going to do will probably be ACC teams. Too bad my team, the North Carolina Tar Heels, will not be in it. I don't even think the Tar Heels are going to accept an NIT bid, even if they get invited. I don't think so. They could. I don't think so. But Once again, thank you guys. And if you have not hit that like button, if you would like to, go ahead and hit that like button. If you have not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I do more than live streams. Just check out my channel. You'll see it. And more to come. And I'll see you guys on the next stream. Appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. I'm Coach Gary. Peace.